it's a bad thing, but y'all was exposed
to life.
Y'all was exposed to life. Didn't nobody tell us any different. If anybody asked us, we were sisters.
Yep. Just like that.
Yeah. We fell out the first couple of weeks. Maybe it just didn't hurt you as bad. I didn't wake her up for the bus. She blamed me. We
just didn't talk. Her then boyfriend had asked me to help her.
I know the Bible verse, where you go, I'll go. Where you lodge, I'll lodge. Your people be my people. Your God will be my God. And where you lay, there I will be buried. Recently, I had shut down on somebody because I was feeling overwhelmed. Yeah.
What can I do to make sure you feel supported when you want to shut down? Well, looking back with the few memory that I have.
Very few.
I'm not with this boy anymore. I'm with this boy. And
you guys like to go smoke and do all this other stuff. Like, that's not me. Always do this. It's irritating me. I won't be quiet. My God is alive. How can I keep it inside? Nowadays, who gonna be the guys? Only thing that's on my mind is who's run this town. Hey y'all, welcome to our very first episode of Conversations with Her. I'm your co-host, Love.
And I'm Ashley, and this is our new podcast segment here on YouTube where we'll be having those tough conversations and mixing it up with our own twist.
Y'all, Ashley and I actually met back in the 4th grade.
Yeah. She was in a Christian school and I was in a public school. Like, our school literally was on the same land. The only separation was a fence.
We were like completely from two different worlds. Public school is a whole different ball game from a Christian school. No, like, cause y'all not sheltered. We are.
Oh, okay, y'all the problem.
Like, not saying like it's a bad thing, but y'all was exposed
to life.
Y'all was exposed more like to certain things than we were. Like,
it was just
like, I didn't know anything about putting outfits on. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Like, I was wearing
uniform.
I was wearing freaking uniforms. Like, the only thing I had to worry about every year was getting like probably some new pair of black shoes. But that was about it. Like, yeah.
And then, like, we connected, like, at this after-school program.
We were, like, thick as thieves, though. Like, couldn't nobody tell us any different. If anybody asked us, we were sisters.
Yep. Just like that.
Yeah, we were sisters. And then
try to go home with you.
I remember. I don't think you remember this. But, she would bring me snacks from her public school. And that's how you said Molly Ray.
I did?
Yeah, she would bring, especially on Tuesdays, they would have like their Taco Tuesdays and she would bring me the chips. And I used to, oh my gosh, that was my favorite part of the day. I love the freaking chips. I don't know what it was about the chips, but she would always bring me the chips. And like, mind you, we're like 4th, 5th grade. We do not communicate with each other throughout the day. So
we had no phone.
We had no phones or anything like that. So the fact that she remembered to do this consistently, I remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember that.
I remember that. And we used to, man, if we couldn't go on a field trip together, we weren't going at all. Entire middle school career,
Snapchat.
We were internet friends. Mind you, we shared the same fence.
Oh, yes. Yeah, elementary we did not, but middle school, same fence. And like, I would be telling her on Snapchat, I'd be like, after school, meet up at the fence. I can't. Meet up at the fence.
I can't. Like, you get out of school at 4 o'clock. Yeah. I get out at 3. Wait, my parents be waiting for me.
And I rode the bus, and so like the bus loop was right at that fence, so I could easily just walk to the fence. She did not. She never did. Then we were so excited for high school. We was like, we're finally going to see each other after not seeing each other, for like 4 years.
And that was COVID year.
Yes. And
she actually went to school for me because my dad enrolled me late. Again, I was coming from a Christian school. Remember, you started school and I didn't start yet.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that because I was asking you, are you going to switch? Are you going to switch? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because my dad was enrolling me. Because when you come from a Christian school, you have to like enroll like manually. Like you have to actually do the process. And so my dad was late because I was originally supposed to go to another school, but then they were like, "You too late to enroll." So I had to go for what I was zoned for. And Ashley like would tell me like Ashley would take pictures throughout school, or like she'll take the pictures of the assignments and she'll show me, and I'll be at home like a freaking stay-at-home girlfriend waiting for her to leave school so I can talk to my friend again. We was on the COVID. We was on the phone 24/7.
Oh yeah, yes. And then like school opened back up like in between. I don't know like when. But, like, there was a period, like, where you could choose to stay online or you can go on campus. And I had enough. I was no longer going to stay home. So, I was like, I'm going to school. Like, my parents did not want me to go. But I was like, I'm going to go. Like, I just can't. I can't do being inside, not talking, just talking virtual. Like, what is this? That's not what God made us to do, be talking on the phone. No, I need to see people. So, I went. And she didn't go yet. Then, I did cheer and whatnot. And then that's when, like, what? I guess that was the end of our freshman year.
No, I was there because we tried it out for a cheer together.
We did?
Yeah. I even went to the tryout, but then it was like I couldn't because I didn't have my physicals. So I ended up just doing band. It was supposed to be a together thing. Like, it was supposed to be a one-getter.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because I remember it was me and Cassidy.
No, I was there. Maybe it was for like, did you guys have second tryouts?
No, with Miss Fields, right?
Yeah, and Miss Hassan.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't.
Anyways, I was there. I just didn't have my physicals. So they sent me on my merry way. And y'all, we actually fell out freshman year. So imagine being friends 4th grade, 5th grade, right? Like close, like we're close. Like you would think that we're sisters. Then we have this very, very strong internet friendship for 6th and 7th grade and 8th grade. We get to 9th grade year where we finally can be in the same place for the next 4 years together and go through this high school career together or whatever. Yeah, we fell out the first couple of weeks of being face to face.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
No, not the first couple of weeks. Was it?
Yeah.
Then how did you when did you get a role?
Around the time they started letting face to face, because I didn't get to do any of the online stuff.
Okay.
I remember. Maybe it just didn't hurt you as bad.
But looking back, it's kind of funny, I guess.
And it was over something petty. Like, I didn't wake her up for the bus. Mind you, let me tell you something. When she was doing her face-to-face, and I was unable to do face-to-face for a little bit, I was waking her up for school. Like, we would fall asleep on FaceTime, and I don't know, she wouldn't wake up to her alarm. So I was the alarm. I would wake her up. Cool. One day, I didn't wake her up. Mind you, I never rode the bus. I don't ride the bus.
But she wakes up early, though.
I wake up early, though. But this one time, I just didn't wake up early, and she blamed me. She got so mad, and she was like mumbling on the phone when she finally woke up. And I'm like, girl, like, okay, bus riders, you wake up like around what, 5, 6 o'clock? Me, I don't wake 5. I don't wake up till like 6:30. I have no reason to be up that early.
You was doing it.
Well, you
made that commitment.
You should have got your alarm. Should have put on that alarm. That had nothing to do with me. So, yeah, our friendship actually ended over a bus ride. And it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. We didn't talk till our senior year.
A little bit in the junior year, It wasn't like, what's the word?
But it was like,
hi, bye.
yeah, like it wasn't like we junior year we acknowledged that I know you, you know me, how you doing. But senior year is not till like a little bit after prom we got closer.
After prom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Because then
The
her then
promposals.
boyfriend had asked me to help her with her proposal. Like, boy, how do you even know I know her?
Right,
Like, like anybody from high school, they're probably like, I never seen them in high school together. How do they even know each other? So it's like, how do you even know I know her? But yeah, so he asked for my help and whatnot and that process.
Yeah, it was a little bit after prom, and then me and Ashley, we actually reconnected. We went to dinner, we talked, and it was as if we picked up where we left off years ago. Like it didn't feel. I think what it was is that we allowed it to mesh back together naturally. Like even though junior year we spoke to each other here and there, we didn't try to like force it. I most definitely overreacted because Ashley could have been mad for that one day and then we'd have been okay the next day or whatnot. But I was like, oh no, you're not gonna be mad at me because I had no control over that. Like, I fell asleep. I don't take the bus. Like, what you get mad at me for?
But yeah, during this time, I still kept God and centered and through my life and kept building that relationship with Him. Even though I wasn't building my relationship with my sister, through Him, I was able to find forgiveness and be open to rekindle our relationship when it was brought back up to me.
Yep. So that's what brings us to our topic today. Is the Bestie Blueprint.
Ow.
So the story is ultimately about how Ruth ended up, receiving a bigger blessing just by not abandoning Naomi. But today we're gonna focus more on their friendship part and how when Naomi had like asked Ruth to like, just go back home. Naomi done lost her husband. She lost her two sons, and she was gonna go back to her hometown because there's nothing for her here, and so she had like her two daughters-in-law, like they were already like kind of on their way to go back into hometown with her, but Naomi was like, I can't bear no kids for you. And even if I can, like, are you gonna wait for them to grow up? Which is a wild question to ask, but I guess back then they was doing whatever. So Naomi was like, Naomi was hurt. She was talking from a place of just broken, like pain and grief. Like she's like, I have nothing for you. I can't do anything for you. Go back and go find you a husband where you can bear kids and have a life or whatever. Oprah said, you ain't said nothing but a word. She
hit the deuces.
Oprah said, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
And then so that's where like the infinites, where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll oh, you don't know that song?
I know the Bible verse, where you go, I'll go. Where you lodge, I'll lodge. Your people be my people. Your God will be my God. And where you lay, there I will be buried.
You don't know
chapter
that song?
Huh?
Y'all didn't sing that in the Christian school?
Nope. Good. We was turning up with Kirk Franklin. So when we think about like Naomi pushing Ruth away, like you can clearly see like she's telling her like don't, like she's at her lowest, and Ruth was able to identify like you need me right now and I'm not gonna leave you alone. And right now, like I know I did that a lot throughout high school, where I felt like because I was sad all the time, because I wasn't as myself around people, like I didn't want them to feel like I was a burden, so I would like distance myself. Like one of my friends, my good friends Elijah, my bestie, I went through a really long time without talking to him. He was really mad at me, and I really had to sit down with him and was like, it's because I'm going through this, and I had to take some counseling for it. And I'm learning that it's not okay to shut down on people, especially people that care about you. Like me, it's a natural response for me to be like, I don't want to talk today. And even if it's not today, I will go as long, like back then, I would go as long as weeks of not talking to people. And then I'll be so angry that nobody was there, but it's like, I didn't let you in. And Ruth didn't allow that. So my question is, like, you know, as my best friend, how would you have reacted if I was to push you away knowing that I was going through a tough time?
I guess now and then I would still give you your space and just, be open to letting you make that step and when you are comfortable. But then, when you're saying that you felt like nobody, was checking up on you and whatnot, I guess I would still, text you. But if you don't respond, that's on you. So I would still give you that space, but still make it be known that I'm still here for you. How was your relationship with God during this time?
During that time, it wasn't as strong. I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't as strong.
Even like with going through to a Christian school?
Like even with Christian school was the me personally, I would have put my kids in Christian schools because, like I said, you guys were exposed to a lot. Not only were you guys exposed to a lot, but you had the resources though. Like you guys had the counseling, you guys had the guidance counselors, you guys had the mentors. It was like, you know, I've been with the same group of kids since kindergarten, and there's only a certain amount of staff. And then there's things that they don't talk about. Like I really had to go up to a teacher and I'm like, hey, I know it's your chapel week, and when you get up there and you preach, can you just talk a little bit about depression? And he ended up making depression sound like it was like a thing like from the devil or whatever it is. And it's just like,
but that's not a spirit that God gives though.
It's not a spirit that God gives, but it's not like, it's not a spirit that God gives, but you have to think about it. God will purposely make you go through all this for a point, for a reason. You know, like, you gotta think about the story of Job. Like, even though Satan was the one going up there, he was like, you know, if you take this away from Job, he's gonna be mad at you. He's gonna curse you out. God is like, okay. He knew it was gonna make Job depressed. He knew that it was gonna make Job sad. Job was depressed. Job said, God, why make me go through all this? Just kill me now. Like, why did you create me? You know, but he did it. Not once did he curse God out. Like, not once did he forget. Like, even if he was going through that trial, he was still falling on his knees and he was still praying to God. And it's like, he was depressed. And it's like, God knew that. And it was because God was taking things away from him, not because God purposely wanted him to be depressed. Like, I want you to have this mental illness. But it's more so, I'm preparing you for your next season. So, it's not like God deliberately makes you depressed. But he puts you through seasons where you're going to feel low and your only option is to go to him. And I feel like God did that to me too, where I had to be isolated. I had to feel like I had nobody, so I can stop depending on everybody else and depend on him. It's not more so like he wanted you to be depressed. It's more so, you're my child. I love you. I want you to come to me, but you're not coming to me. So now I gotta make you come to me.
So as a bestie, as you asked me, and you still kind of do struggle with the shutting down, in what ways help you feel like you're supported?
Don't make me feel like, you know how when I texted you, I was like, I need my best friend right now. I don't need a business partner. It's because, like, I don't want to sit through a lecture of, you can't shut down, you can't do this, you have to da-da-da-da-da. It's just more so like, when I say stuff like that, or when I do shut down, it's more so like, just show up, maybe with some ice cream. We'll talk about something else, like get my mind off of it, and then eventually I'll randomly start talking about it. You know, like when I shut down, I don't want to talk about why I shut down right then and there.
But do you push people away?
No, I don't do that anymore. I don't push people away. Like, I let them know, like, hey, I need some time to myself.
Why do you think friends and people in general, but more so focus on friendships, why do you think they have a struggle with showing people that they're struggling at their lowest?
I think it's just a sense of, you don't want to feel like a burden to somebody, or like, you know, there's also that feeling of embarrassment, like, and it's like, how can you look at the people that was proud of you for said thing, now you're struggling? So it's just like, it's a sense of embarrassment, honestly, or just not wanting to feel like a burden. So, like, looking back at our fallout, what made you feel like reconnecting with me was worth it instead of like just moving on?
Okay, so I'm gonna tie this back with the Ruth and Naomi situation. With the sacrificial friendship that they had, making sacrifices, and with the few memory that I have, I
Very
can.
few.
I
Very
I
little.
know I made some sacrifices in rekindling our relationship and not letting it go. Um, as someone, what's the word? That's just an in person, like an in person type person. I'm not a good texter, but in order to like make our friendship work, we're not gonna start, hanging out as soon as possible, which we kind of did, but not right off the bat. We started texting first. So I had to make that sacrifice, knowing that I'm not a good texter, especially after school. I have practice, yearbook, all of that, and what to do. Whoop de doo.
If I can't text you back, whoop de doo.
But I did make that sacrifice to text back, to update her, to let her know, oh, this is what's going on, and like this is what you missed, and I'm not with this boy anymore. I'm with this boy, and da 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 da. And so, just that sacrifice, it may seem like a small sacrifice, but it's what kind of jump started, that communication, keeping it rolling, and not making it awkward, and not holding that resentment either. Like, um, if I figured out that she had blocked me, I didn't even notice it. And when she probably told me that she blocked me, I probably could have been like, well, ain't no need to, because like, I could have did that.
I don't communicate with you anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, but I made that sacrifice and continued and just forgave and let go, and like is I'm pretty sure I would have remembered, but you know, it's just having forgiveness and not holding it, because I'm not supposed to dwell in the past. So also I feel like that's why I don't remember a lot of stuff, and I'm just looking towards the future. Like, now look at us. We're starting our own podcast together. So, yeah.
Even though she had her friends in high school and I had my own separate friends in high school, the both of us, our friendship was like different. If that makes sense.
Different in what way?
It was clear as day, like what your friends were into, you weren't really into that. Or like what my friends were doing and the group that I was hanging around, like I wasn't really into that. Like I towards junior, senior year, I think senior year, like I kind of like took a step back from them, because it's just like, you guys like to go smoke and do all this other stuff. Like that's not me. Like I didn't like doing that. Like I want to have conversations about God. Like I enjoy having those conversations. Like I want to go to church and stuff like that. Like, you guys are stepping off of campus when you're not supposed to, and walking around this neighborhood, and it's like, I'm paranoid. I don't like doing that. I like to be safe, like so it's just like my group of friends, like I love them down to like when I was part of the group, I love them down, and I guess like for me, I love them all like individually. Like I just didn't like us all together as a collective, because they were doing things like teenagers were doing, and I just didn't have like a desire for that.
Yeah. And I would say this about like the friends that I had in high school. I'm gonna like give them their props, because they know that I was not that type of girl. And just shout out to them, because when they would do that activity, any activity, whether it's when they would do like teenager stuff activity, they would be like, Ashley, you don't gotta do it. Ashley, don't do this. They look out for me, because they know that's not who I am, and they would never like force me to do stuff that they know that's not in my character, which I'm just gonna give them props to. I'm not gonna name no names, but they know who they are.
When I rekindled with Ashley, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like finally somebody that gets like some of the stuff that they're into. Like I don't have to feel bad, like when me and Ashley just want to go eat seafood, or I don't know. I mean, that's
instead of hot boxing, like
right, like. Or try to be out late at night
and clubbing and shaking our booty.
I went to the club one time and I determined that it was not for me. Like
I still have yet to go to a party, but it's alright.
It ain't all that. Like me, I get overstimulated quick. So like after a few minutes, it's can I go home?
I guess homecoming and prom is considered a party, so
you had enough parties.
My question for you is, how have you seen us grow together since reconnecting?
Being more accountable. You know, like you're able to tell me like you need to do this. Like a lot of the times, like y'all, even though I might be the creative mind behind it, Ashley's like, you gonna do this, when you gonna do it? And sometimes I don't do it on a day that I'm supposed to do it. And you know, I love that she doesn't scold me for it, but then I scold myself because I'm like, dang, I feel like I disappointed you in a way. But it actually, like, I don't know, in some way she makes me productive because this every day is something with this girl. Did you do this? Did you do that? When you gonna do it? I need a date. You know, and
oh my god, I would hate when she be like, I'm gonna do it this week. What day? What day this week are you going to do it?
Honestly, I don't know what day of this week, so I told you this week. Like,
oh my gosh, like I just
ain't gonna get done. Just know it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done.
You're like, this week, I'm gonna give it to you Friday, and I don't get it till Sunday. Girl, fired. Like,
and even though, like, again, she don't scold me for it. She don't. I know she be behind the phone like, oh, she always do this. It's irritating me. I feel it too. I'm irritating myself. I promise you.
But I just have grace because I'm pretty sure I'm late on stuff that God told me to do. And so I just got to remember with my sister, I got to give her grace, the same grace that God gives me. So.
And at the end of the day, like, she really be making me feel bad when she just hit me with the okay.
Like, what else do you want me to say? You don't have it, okay. Like,
I'm like, dang, I feel like I disappointed you.
Because I don't want you to feel disappointed, and I don't want you to feel bad, because we all have lives, we're all busy, and we all have stuff, you know, and whatnot. So if you were able to do it, you just weren't able to do it, but it's going to get done somehow, some way. So
with me, that's for sure. It's gonna get done. I might not give you a day. I might just randomly send it to you. It's gonna get done. Shout out to my sister Ashley. In the way that I see myself grow, specifically, is definitely my relationship with God. Because like I said, it was not as strong. And even though I had God in my life, like even though I went to church or grew up in church, even though, like, even before I reconnected, I was going to church on my own and stuff like that. But I didn't have a friendship that I could, you know, who can I have this conversation with? And I didn't have that with anybody. And so just getting to be around Ashley a lot more and seeing how she's like heavily involved with her church and how she yearns for, like, you know, if I wanted to do something and she's just like, nope, church, I can't get mad at her. I might hit her with one with these, but I can't get mad. It's church. Like, who am I? You know, like, who am I to be like, no? But then again, it makes me to be like, that's how I need to be too. Like, when somebody asks me to go out and it's my time to serve the Lord, it's my time to spend time with God. Like, no, you can't come in between that. And I respect that about you. You know, you don't cross the line when it comes to you and God. And that's what I respect about her. And you don't find that in a lot of teenagers. Like 19, 18-year-olds, you don't find that in them. And that's why I said me and her friendship was different, because there's a lot of things that you don't find in teenagers that that's basically what confirmed to the world. That wasn't us. Like, I find enjoyment in just, like, let's be like back in the day. Go bowling or something. Go to the movies. Like, I was sitting in the car and being trapped in smoke. Like, how do you
barely? I got asthma. Like, I barely. Oh my gosh.
I'm not knocking anybody that does it or judging or anything like that, because at the end of the day, you do what you got to do to get by in life. Because I know, like, some people, they do it because they just going through a lot and it gives them that sense of, like, ease or whatever. But for me, I get my high through worship.
Yes.
Look, so what song had me on my knees crying?
Which one?
Your goodness is running out.
Oh yeah,
it's running out.
No, for me. Play me some good old Thai tribute. Wig off.
This one had that girl running all the red lights. We come like towards the end of our first episode, which I'm really glad that we got to have, and I'm so blessed and fortunate to have this with Ashley. Like, if it wasn't for the reconnecting, if it wasn't for putting this pride aside and making the sacrifices, we wouldn't be here today, and we won't be farther for what God has in store for us. So my last question is, what is it about our friendship that makes you proud?
I say, moving forward, instead of like, I know I probably said this already before, but did I?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, just moving forward, putting it in the past and stop bringing it up. That made me proud because, like, other friendships, I feel like worldly friendships, they would, they would try to sneak that into the friendship. Like, any single thing, they'll be like, oh, but remember when you did this and da 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 da. So it's like we can have other conversations, and then watching you grow in Christ. When I remember, like, I had asked you, when are you gonna get baptized? I don't know yet, or something like that. It was a I don't know answer in a way. Like, it was something different, but it equivalates to I don't know. But and then now asking now, the next time that my church has baptisms, I'm gonna get baptized. So it's like that type of growth that I see in our friendship that I'm liking. That I'm able to use God to uplift others as we should.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely, what makes me proud the most is how like we are like able, how receptive we are, and how accepting we can be with each other. Because a lot of times I feel like with friendships, well, other friendships, not us, but with other friendships, you try to correct somebody and that's it. Like, so you're attacking me, it's an attack. Like, for us, we're receptive in that way. Like, we don't feel like it's an attack. It's, you're correcting me, and I appreciate that you're correcting me, and I'll do better. And we're able to do that. Like, how when you told me, I kind of like, I'm gonna say this, I kind of crossed the line with her boyfriend, like, in a joking way, and she was like, even though I didn't say it then, like, it bothered me, don't do that. Like, if it was me, yeah, cool, but don't do that with my man. And I was just like, I immediately was like, you ain't gotta worry about it, I'm sorry. Like, joking. Like, even she said it. She said, like, I know you were joking. It just made me uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Like, and, some people would have been like, girl, you doing too much. Right. Like, some people would be like, you doing too much. Ain't nobody with your man. But I was just like, you right. I shouldn't have done that. And it was like, it's just being accepted to it. Like, there's no reason, like, we're mature enough to have those conversations. We're mature enough to be open and honest with each other. And if you're not willing as a friend to, accept whatever it is, like, critical,
criticism?
Yeah, oh yeah, like, if you're not able to accept criticism from your friend, if you're not able to take, like, being corrected from your friend, or, or just knowing, if you're not able to realize that even though you didn't mean any harm, it still kind of made them uncomfortable, or it still hurt them, because that's their feelings. You're valid. Who am I to tell you how to feel? Like, maybe, like, we're all different. And so, like, if you had made that joke with my person, like, I probably would have just been like, okay, like, I know you're joking, but it's not like, but then again, that's my feelings. Like, doesn't mean, like, we have to feel the same way. If, it did happen with you, like, doesn't mean that you have to react the way I would react. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just, like, that's what makes me proud, is the fact that we're able to just tell each other when we're in the wrong, laugh it off, and go about our day. Because it's never that serious. Like, it's serious, but it's never that serious to lose a whole friendship over. Like, I can understand if I wasn't joking and I was being so serious, doing it in her face, being disrespectful, like, damn, There might be some hair pulling, but we might get to tussling. There might be a few words exchanged, but the fact is, at the end of the day, I was able to just be like, "You're right," and that's my fault.
Yes, and just like remembering that correction comes from like a place of love. Like it's not always like an attack. Especially like if you have that relationship, if you don't feel like you're comfortable to correct your friend, then I think you would have to think on your relationship with that person, because if they're doing something that's not, you know, at the end of the day, our goal is to see Christ, and what they're doing, not with that situation, but like with something different, and you would have to correct them, and you feel intimidated to correct them, I would say check yourself and check your relationship, because correction should come with a place of love and not hatred, and also about the heart posture. I'm not correcting you because I want to dictate your life and what's the other word, like
tell you how to act or something.
Yeah, I'm correcting you because I love you, and I know that whatever you're doing is going to make you fall short and not uplift you and bring you glory.
I'm so glad that you said that, because definitely, like, if you're not able to accept those things, then why are you in this friendship? Because the whole point of like any type of relationship is to grow as an individual. And if you're not willing to be like, this is a way for me to grow, then why are you friends with this person? Why are you in a relationship with a person? Like, what can I benefit from you? And what can you benefit from me? Mm-hmm. Like, if it's always going to be, this is how I feel, you can't tell me how to feel, and this is how you feel, and I can't tell you how to feel, what's the point?
And that's where the sacrifices come to play, in compromising.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on our very first podcast episode. I feel like this conversation was definitely needed, not for just the both of us, but for the other ladies out there. Not just the ladies, the gentlemen too, because, y'all be sassy. Like, nowadays, who gonna be the guys? But we could say that topic for another episode. I'm Love.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Conversations with Her. Bye.